Hey guys, it's Shelby from Girls Behind the Rock Show. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing well. I'm here to introduce a new series called Fam Fridays on our YouTube. Fuck yeah. We're gonna be talking about some of our fangirl experiences. Woo! No, I mean, we're gonna be talking about the experiences that we had in music and the moments that make us want to do this for the rest of our lives. So not to make this too long, I'm gonna jump in real quick and tell you my story. It might go over a couple minutes. Sorry, it's kind of a cool story. So when I was 15, my sister convinced my parents to let me go see All Time Low. I had been listening to them for about a year and a half at that point. My sisters forced me to listen to them like about 4 months before So Wrong It's Right came out, 4 or 5 months. And I was never very public about the fact that I liked them. I lied to my sisters. I'd be like, no, fuck them. Like, I remember they had a song called I Can't Do the 1-2 Step, and I like made fun of it. And then I would go in my room and like jam it because it's my favorite song by them. Like ever. And it's really funny because now I look back and I'm like, I was so concerned about like popularity and what people would think if they knew I liked this like fucking pop punk band, because like at the time like the cool thing to do was like rap and all this stuff, and I wanted to fit in. And I had a lot of friends that weren't very good people, and I had a lot of people who like just kind of treated me like shit growing up. So I was just kind of like that kid who like dealt with it and did what everyone else wanted you to do. Well, after a while, I was just like, fuck it. Like, I like All Time Low. I'm going to go see him. Like, my sister had gone to see him twice before. And, like, so for my 15th birthday, my sister was like, Mom, let her go see him. Like, it'll be fun. So, bought my ticket. Got all geared up to go. I was so excited. And it was at this venue in downtown Cleveland called Peabody's. And Peabody Citizens closed. R.I.P. Best venue. Love it for a lot of reasons. But that night the lineup was There for Tomorrow, Hit the Lights, Valencia, and All Time Low. And some of you might not even know Valencia and There for Tomorrow. I'm pretty sure everyone should know Hit the Lights, and if you don't, you need to fucking listen to Hit the Lights. But we got there. My sister and I were in line all day, and I didn't take my ADD meds that day. So I was like super hungry all day, and I didn't really think about it though. And my sister, there was this pizza place, this really good pizza place, and I for some reason just chose not to eat. And I remember we were sitting on the bus because the bus was right in front of the venue. When you parked at Peabody's, you parked right in front of the venue, and they had their air conditioner on. So their bus was generating more heat outside. So it was like fucking hot as fuck. And like I was ready to pass out. It was only like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Doors didn't open until like 5 or 6. Like I had a while to go. And I remember all of a sudden the bus window opens. And I'm like, the fuck? And Alex Gaskarth popped his head out. And I look straight up and he just goes, shh. Like telling everyone who like saw him pop his face out the window, like, shut up. He doesn't want people to know that he's like popping his head out the window. And then him and their merch guy at the time, Vinny, just started handing out Oreos. And I'll never forget this because I took the Oreo. I like jumped up and grabbed the Oreo because I was fucking hungry as shit. And my sister like turned around and she was like, where the fuck did you get an Oreo? And I just kind of looked at her and like looked up and pointed, and she was like, okay. And then I remember we got into the venue. She pushed me up to the front for barricade. Hit the Lights was great. There for Tomorrow was great. Valencia was great. But I remember the moment All Time Low came out on stage. And I'll never, ever, ever forget this. I was turned around. I was talking to my sister and her friends. And then they're like, the lights went down. They're like, hey, Shelby, turn around. Like, they're going to come out. The lights come up. They come out on stage. And they start playing Hollywood You Turn Me On. And I had never felt... I'd never felt so free in my life than in that moment. I remember looking up at them and thinking, nobody here gives a shit. Everybody here is singing along. And everybody is having fun. And I remember looking at them and saying, they're having more fun than all of us in the goddamn crowd. Like, they're having the time of their lives. And this is a tiny venue. I mean, like, maybe like 400 people? I'm not sure how many people it fit. But not much. And I just remember being happy to be there and to exist. And, like, throughout the night, throughout their set, you know, they played Vegas, they played The Beach, they played Let It Roll, they played Girls a Straight Up Hustler, they played their cover of Umbrella. God. And, I remember I looked up at one point and they had like some girl threw a plastic fetus on stage and they were making jokes about eating fetuses out of, I'm not going to tell you out of what body parts, but it was gross. And it was really funny. And I'm just sitting there thinking these guys are perverted and fucked up. And I love this. Like, I was the kid who brought my Discman into my 4th grade class and made everyone listen to I Want to Fuck a Dog in the Ass. Like, I made like a bunch of people listen to it because I thought it was the fucking funniest thing ever. Especially the part where he goes, oh, that's not a pirate, that's my sister. Like, I fucking think that song's hysterical. So I was like that kid, but like, I never could be that kid. And then all of a sudden, it was fine to be that kid. And I just... When the show ended, when the lights went down, when it was all said and done, there were tears in my eyes of just pure happiness. And I knew right then and there, like, after that night was over, that was it for me. Immediately, I got on MySpace, I started making bulletins, I started practicing Photoshop, I started going, like, nuts. And I added all of them on MySpace. I added all of their fans. I had all their fan pages. I knew everyone and everything. And it was just, I became more a part of the community than I already had been. And I remember when the Hustler Club came out, I signed up for that. I remember I was an ATL boardie for a bit. And, you know, there was just something really special about that night for me, and I think that was my biggest fangirl moment because that was the first moment I ever had where I knew what it meant to actually be a fan and to actually want to do this and to actually love music enough to make it your life. So yeah, that's my fan moment, and I hope you guys all enjoy it. Please don't make fun of me. I'm really hoping that no one who this is about ever sees this. But, you know, I'm an embarrassing human regardless, so it'll be fine. But I want you all to know that, like, I fully support being a fangirl. I fully support following a band around and loving a band so much. If you've ever seen Almost Famous, there's a quote in there, and not from Penny Lane, from Sapphire, and she says, they don't know what it means to love a band or to love a song so much that it hurts. And I think that's something that's so important to have when you want to work in music. And I think you all should remember that, like, you should never be embarrassed of having a favorite band or being a fan, even when you get to working. Because I'll let you in on a little secret. Most of these rock stars are just as big as fan girls as you are. Most of these rock stars, when they're working with their favorite rock stars, like the first time they talk to them, they can't English. And most of these rock stars, when you think about them and you think they're huge and massive and whatever, they were you in that crowd watching someone else play. So I think it's important to remember that, and I think it's important to remember that you guys are all beautiful and special, and that being a fan is one of the most fun experiences you will ever have in your life. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon.